ما كانت الصور في حياتها مجرد ذكريات، كانت تخليد لحياتها المهنية والاجتماعية. صور خذتنا الزمن مضى من تنقلاتها الدبلوماسية بين مختلف أنحاء العالم، وصور وقفت لحظاتها الجميلة مع عائلتها وأصدقائها. صورنا اليوم بتاخذنا لزيارة سعادة السيدة ستيفاني ماكولوم سفيرة كندا.
Assalamu alaikum.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
Welcome to our home. I'm so glad that you could visit us today and spend some time with me and talk a little bit about my experience here in Qatar.
سعادة السفيرة ستيفاني ماكولوم، شكراً لك لاستضافتك لنا في منزلك الجميل واللي يحتوي على هذه الألوان الهادئة، فشكراً لك على هذه الاستضافة. وأنا حابة من البداية سعادة السفيرة تقولين لي من رحلتك من كندا إلى قطر، هذه رحلة طويلة وبالتأكيد كان فيها كثير من التساؤلات، فودي أعرف كيف كانت هذه التساؤلات وحول إيش كانت؟
Well, we were very excited to come to Qatar. We learned in March 2018 that we would be coming, and we arrived in August 2018 in time for my son to start school. So we had many months to prepare, to do a lot of research online, and learn about the country, its people, all of the wonderful infrastructure that exists here. Of course, we had heard about Qatar, about the World Cup, so we already, had some wonderful ideas about the country. And the airplane ride here is a long one. There are direct flights 4 times a week, and it's 13 hours. So for those 13 hours, most of it was excitement. We were curious to see if reality would match our impressions and what we had researched online. We had read some books, a little bit about the history of Qatar. And so I think we were very excited to arrive. We were excited to see it for real. We had been dreaming about it for months, to settle in and to really, get started once we came right to the house from the airport, and I was at work within 2 days. And so we hit the ground running and really looked forward to seeing if reality matched our research, which most of it did, I must say.
جميل إن أنت عندك هذا الوقت للاستعداد والبحث عن أو البحث من خلال الويب عن قطر وبحث عن معلومات كثيرة، وأتوقع أن معظم المعلومات اللي بحثتي عنها الآن وجدتيها. طيب خلال هذه الفترة وعملك في السلك الدبلوماسي، هو هذا العمل ما بين صعب وما بين أيضاً ممتع، فحدثينا أيضاً عن عملك الدبلوماسي وخاصة في وجود العائلة.
It's a good question. Ambassadors become ambassadors in one of 2 ways. Either you'll hear them saying they're a career diplomat, or they're a political appointee as an ambassador. And a career diplomat is what it sounds like. It's someone who spent their career in government and eventually became an ambassador. And a political appointee is when our Prime Minister decides that due to a particular relationship with a country or a need for a very specialized background or specific set of skills or experiences, they will nominate someone, or he will nominate someone from private sector or academia, maybe a journalist. So I am the former. I am a career diplomat, which means I have many years, I won't say how many decades, but many decades of work in our government. And throughout those decades, I was so lucky to have champions and mentors who encouraged me, who supported me through training and development, through courses or special opportunities to broaden my experience set. and who encouraged me eventually to become an ambassador and represent Canada abroad. I love my country, but I also love traveling and seeing the world, so this was a perfect fit for me.
الجميل ان انت خلال فتره عملك اللي قضيتيها مع ناس فعلا شجعوك، وهذا من الشيء الرائع اللي احنا دائما محتاجينه في عملنا، تشجيع العائله والاصدقاء، ويعني نسمع كلمات اطراء على يعني اللي قدمناه في العمل. فهذا شيء جميل ان انت طوال هذه الرحله كان عندك كل هذا التشجيع. ودنا نتعرف على الجانب الاجتماعي والاسري في حياتك، فكم من الابناء عندك؟
Well, I've been married almost 25 years. My husband and I have 2 children. Our daughter Jenna is 22 years old. She's in Canada. She's finishing her studies this year and she's working also for the government. And my son is, our son is 16 years old. Michael, he goes to school here. He lives here with us. And that is it. Yeah.
الله يخليهم لك، بالعكس شيء جميل. لكن هل يحلمون انهم ايضا يعملون في السلك الدبلوماسي؟
Thank you. That's a good question. I think my husband and my son do not like to be the center of attention, and I don't see them as being diplomats. They don't like to be out in the forefront. My daughter is a whole other story. She's already working for our Ministry of Foreign Affairs as a part-time during her studies, and I think she would probably enjoy it, mostly for the travel opportunities and getting to see the world and representing Canada, but I think also because she really likes people and interacting with people, which is the heart of diplomatic work.
صحيح صحيح. طيب وسط هذه التنقلات أنت إيش اللي تفتقدينه في كندا؟
You know what? I miss the people most of all, obviously. Yeah. Friends, family, the people that make those memories of Canada and my time in Canada the most memorable. But Canada is a massive country, and I do also miss being able to get in the car and to go driving into the wilderness in the summer, to sit on a lake surrounded by large trees, skiing in the wintertime, for example, changing the scenery.
دائما المتعة مع الأصدقاء تكون حول التنزه، لكن هل لك الآن تواصل مع أصدقائك؟
I do and I don't. I must admit, with social media now, it's so easy to keep in touch without keeping in touch. So very active on Instagram, putting photos of our experiences, and then of course watching the Instagram of all my friends and family. And then of course during COVID, a little bit more. We had plans on Zoom, family reunions on Zoom, to really kind of keep in touch during COVID, more than normal, I would say. But otherwise, I think social media makes us feel like we are not that far apart because we still experience each other's lives.
جزئيا نعم، جزئيا نعم. لكن أعتقد أنهم أيضا مفتقدينك مثل ما أنت مفتقدتهم. وكيف تقضين حياتك هنا في قطر ما بين العمل وما بين وقت الفراغ؟
I don't have as much free time as I would like, to be honest. I spend most of my time at the office, even on some weekends, or at official events. But what free time I do have, I enjoy as many different activities as possible. I'm only in Qatar for a certain number of years and I want to experience everything. So amazing museums, there's some great shopping, the dining is excellent here, but I do enjoy being out. We live in a wonderful neighborhood here, West Bay Lagoon, and it has a whole series of parks and beach access, and so you can go out and enjoy the water. I ride my bike throughout the community, and it's about 6 kilometers. There's the walkway at Lusail Marina, which we enjoy doing in the evenings or sometimes during the day. The souk, of course, either souk Waqif or Al Waqra down by the water. So a lot of different activities to enjoy here, with or without the family, with friends. We have a lot of visitors as well, and we take them out.
هو عموما العمل ماخذك، وأنا ودي إني أشوف مكان عملك وتاخذيني للأوفيس.
Fantastic. Why don't we finish our tea and then I would love to show you the office.
إن شاء الله.
It was a pleasure to show you the embassy and welcome you to my office.
الشرف لنا. بما أن هذا المكتب شاغلك فودي أعرف هل هو تقريباً شاغلك 80%؟
It's true that I do spend most of my time working, and I would say at least half of it is from here in this office, yes.
يعني عملك اليومي حياتك اليومية تقضينها كثير في المكتب. كم دولة مثلتي تقريباً من قبل قطر؟
So we started our overseas assignments in San Francisco in 2005. We were there 4 years. We went from there to Cairo, Egypt for 2 years, and then Bucharest, Romania for 3 years, and then Sao Paulo, Brazil for 2 years. We went back to Ottawa for 2 years before coming here in 2018.
يعني قضاء هذا الوقت كله في المهام يخليني أتساءل كم عدد الجالية الكندية هني في قطر؟
There are a lot, actually. There are over 9,000 Canadians who live and work here, with their families. It's a wonderful place to live with families. It's so safe. And most of them work in oil and gas or infrastructure, education, and health sciences or the medical community.
في أعمال كثيرة، الجالية ما شاء الله كبيرة في قطر. طيب يعني هذا بعد يخليني أسألك أكثر، عملك في الدبلوماسية كمرأة، إيش اللي يميز هذا العمل ما بين المرأة والرجل في الدبلوماسية؟
It's a good question. I would say when we're at home, I don't realize the difference very much. Half of Canada's ambassadors are women and half are men. So when we're together, our jobs are the same and I don't notice a big difference. But when we are abroad, there is a difference. We are the minority in many places because of our own countries, maybe not sending us abroad as much. And I would say as a minority, we band together. And so we are a community, we reach out to each other, we offer support. So the women ambassadors, I think, are closer and share more than the male ambassadors because they are the majority and they don't need to reach out as much as we do.
نعم، يمكن احنا النساء فعلا نحب نساند بعضنا وندعم بعضنا أكثر. وأنا في بالي إن الحين أخذك لمكان مميز راح تحبينه، إيش رأيك؟
Sounds amazing. I look forward to it. Let's go. Wow, what amazing weather. What a beautiful afternoon to visit Souk Al Wakra. Thank you for the invitation. What a great idea.
والله إنه مكان حلو، هذا اللي يخلينا نحب نستمتع هنا في سوق الوكرة. هالجو، الأجواء نفسها، يعني لأن سوق الوكرة من أهم الأماكن السياحية في قطر، واللي كان بيوت الوكرة القديمة لأهلها الأوليين، فهذا المكان يمثل ويعبر عن الكثير من التراث قطر، يعبر عن الكثير من إحساسنا تجاه تراثنا. وانت مثل ما تشوفين الآن المحلات، المطاعم، المقاهي، الممشى البحري هذا، وخاصة أن العوائل تحب تجي هنا علشان تسترخي، يلعبون عيالهم. ونفس الشيء مثل ما جبتك الآن، احنا حابين هذا الاستمتاع بهذه الأجواء التراثية القديمة.
When we first arrived in Qatar, my family and I were very excited to explore our new home, and so we picked up one of those marhaba guides that outlines everything there is to see and do in Qatar, and Al Wakra Souk was at the top of the list. And we came one of our first weekends, and we really loved the laid-back atmosphere, the family vibe that you have here. being able to walk along this beautiful beach and see the water while you're eating in any one of the great local restaurants was just a nice treat. And really you felt like you were getting away from the stress of the city. You don't see the skyline and all the modernity. It's very traditional and you feel like you are experiencing a real piece of Qatar when you come here.
بما أنك حبيتي المكان، إيش أهدافك الاجتماعية لما تزورين البلدان؟ يعني في كثير من البلدان دائما إحنا لما نسافر لها عندنا أهداف، لكن أنا خاطري أعرف أهدافك.
Yeah, I mean, we're very lucky that our job allows us to go and live in all these amazing countries. And I think one of the big social goals that we have is to learn as much as we can about the country itself, its people, the history, the culture, everything, you know, fashion, food, music. You want to feel like you understand and connect with your home for these few years. And it just means that when you do eventually have to leave, you bring deep and meaningful memories with you of that place. So I would say that is our biggest social goal.
فعلا هو عموما أكثرنا وغالبيتنا لما نحب نسافر ونتسيح نحب نعرف تفاصيل البلد وأيضا نحب نعرف عن ثقافته. سعادة السفيرة، كونك دبلوماسية، هل هذا يخليك أو يشعرك بالمسؤولية اتجاه اختيار كلماتك، اختيار ردود أفعالك؟ أكيد في بعض المواقف في هذا الموضوع.
Yes, you're right. We do try to be careful about how we formulate our sentences, especially if we have difficult conversations or disagreements. And I think the challenge for me personally is I tend to be very straightforward. And as I was explaining earlier, I really like to try to understand and learn as much as I can about a topic. And so I'll ask a lot of questions and I'll keep asking. I'll be very enthusiastic. And in some countries and some cultures, this is not acceptable or it can lead to offense, which I don't mean. So I try to make a joke to make it better, but you have to adapt your communication style depending on your audience. You're right.
أنا لاحظت إنك تلبسين هالزهرة ولاحظتك لبستيها في لقائنا في المنزل، لقائنا في مكتبك في السفارة، فشنو قصة هالزهرة اللي لابستها؟
This is a poppy. And we wear it to honor our veterans. Canadians wear them over their heart from about October 31st or November 1st until November 11th, which marked the end of the war in 1918. And it's a way for us to remember the men and women in uniform who served, who continue to serve and fight for our freedom, and those who lost their lives because of it. So this is why we wear them every day until November 11th.
يعني هي إذن لها رمز وطني عندكم. كندا تعتبر ثاني بلد من حيث المساحة وفيها تنوع كبير، تنوع ثقافي سكاني، أيضاً تنوع في الطبيعة. فحدثيني إيش اللي يميز كندا أكثر؟
Yeah, we are known for our size, our geographic diversity. We have the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic. We have mountains and plains and islands. And so it really is a beautiful country. I think everything is wonderful about it. The people I meet, I like to hear what they think about Canada. And usually there are many common themes. One is our hockey. We're known for hockey, which is our winter sport. Mm-hmm. Our summer sport is lacrosse, but we're not well known for this. It's really hockey that people identify with Canada. They recognize the maple leaf on our flag, and this comes from the maple tree, and from its sap we make maple syrup, maple fudge, maple candy, all sorts of sweets, and we are very well known for this as well, and we are popular for that. And of course the people are very accepting, and so we have so many different nationalities and cultures in Canada, living in Canada, forming communities. It's a very welcoming place, and we are known, I think, worldwide for being very friendly and welcoming and accepting, like Qataris.
إذن بسبب المساحة هناك تنوع كبير في الثقافة وفي السكان. إيش رأيك في الثقافة القطرية؟
Yeah, so as I was saying, I think it is the really welcoming nature of the people and the world-class hospitality. It really does make you feel at home so quickly when you come to Qatar and you make Qatari friends. And I would say, I think also personally, I find the history and the culture tied to pearling fascinating myself.
وهذا اللي يميز أهل قطر فعلاً، إن هذه من أهلنا الأولين تعلمنا منهم العطاء، تعلمنا منهم الضيافة، ففعلاً هذه هو اللي يميزنا. سعادة السفيرة، انتهت زيارتنا لليوم، لكن إقامتك في قطر مستمرة، وخلال هذه الإقامة أتمنى أنك تستمتعين بزيارة أماكن كثيرة في قطر وتكون فعلاً زيارة ممتعة لك، فشكراً لك.
عفواً. It really should be me thanking you and everyone at Al Ryan TV for such a great experience. Thank you so much for a wonderful day.